If you hood educated, I'm glad you made it. Allow me to unfold my knowledge, wisdom, and understanding from a hood brother's point of view to all of you, here, there, and everywhere. Now check me out.
O'Hara, B-R-I-A-N, O''H-A-R-A. I am the Minneapolis Police Chief. At approximately 9:03 a.m. this morning, Minneapolis Police received the report of a shooting involving federal law enforcement in the area of East 26th Street and Nicollet Avenue on the south side of the city. Officers arrived and found an adult male with multiple gunshot wounds when they arrived. Life-saving aid was being rendered, and he was transported by ambulance to Hennepin County Medical Center, where he was later pronounced deceased. Based on the information that we have, which is very limited, this is a 37-year-old white male who is a Minneapolis resident, and we believe he is an American citizen. We have not been told any official reports of what has led up to the shooting, but we have seen the video that is circulating on social media. Our demand today is for those federal agencies that are operating in our city to do so with the same discipline, humanity, and integrity that effective law enforcement in this country demands. We urge everyone to remain peaceful. We recognize that there's a lot of anger and a lot of questions around what has happened, but we need people to remain peaceful. In the area, we have an unlawful assembly at this time. Minneapolis police have given multiple warnings for the crowd to disperse. We are asking for people to avoid the area and to leave if you are there. We have requested mutual aid from the Minnesota State Patrol and from all our local and county regional partners. We ask everyone to remain calm and to please do not destroy our own city.
Now, the first thing I want y'all to pay attention to is the ICE agent in the gray coat. He's an ICE agent. Then I want y'all to pay close attention to this next picture. He has nothing in his hands. Nothing. You can see I circled him with the red. The man ain't got a gun. The man ain't got no mace. He ain't got nothing in his hands. In this next picture, I want you to notice that the ICE agent in the gray coat is reaching into the crowd where they are assaulting and beating Alex. Now remember, he had nothing in his hands, but now he's reaching into the crowd. Now all of a sudden, he reappears with a firearm in his hands. So I need y'all to pay close attention to this video. I slowed it down for y'all, and I even put a couple of still pictures in there. Now, what he does is, once he takes the firearm, once he disarms Alex, takes the gun from Alex's hip, then he runs across the street with the gun. But the cold-blooded part about all this is this right here, y'all. They started shooting Alex after the ICE agent in the gray coat disarmed him and took his gun. Cold-blooded demonstration. Rest in peace to Alex. Cold-blooded demonstration. I mean, y'all, they shot this man right here in cold blood, stood over him after he was laid down, and continuously shot him multiple times. And the cold-blooded part about this whole demonstration is this right here, y'all. If y'all seen the video, at not one point in the whole entire video, while he got like 5-6 ICE agents beating on him, not at one time do you see him grab for his gun and point his gun at anybody. He was on all four, y'all. The man was on his hands and knees while they beating him and trying to get him down. And so while they trying to get him down, one of the ICE agents seen his gun. It's on his hip. They seen his gun. And you would hear the ICE agent say, gun, 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 gun. And then they just start shooting the man to death. Now, I know a lot of people might say, well, damn, hood educated, he had a gun. But we must understand the laws of the United States of America. The Second Amendment guarantees that you can have a gun. You see, it's not illegal for tax-paying citizens without felonies to have a gun. They can have a gun. He was in the bounds of right when he had his gun. Just because that man had a gun, that does not give them the right to take his life. That did not give them the right to take his life. And in the first place, they shouldn't have been fucking with him in the first place. Check it out.
Things got buried. Yeah, unroll your windows. No, you're just spraying inside. Alright, let's go around.
You see what I'm saying? The man ain't doing nothing but doing what we can do according to the United States Constitution. It says that we can peacefully protest. It says that we can observe law enforcement doing their duties. We can do that. And so he's sitting there with his camera. You see, he's pointing his camera at him. They running up on him like he doing something wrong. And he's just like, man, sitting there like, damn, they pushing him and everything. And so once they pushed him all the way back, they started pushing on a woman. And that's when he activated. He said, hold on, wait, hey, what are you doing? And he went over there to try to help the woman, to pick the woman up off the ground that they just pushed. And when he did that, that's when all hell broke loose. They attacked him. Then they killed him. Cold-blooded demonstration. The video is everywhere. Y'all know I can't show that type of content on this channel right here because YouTube, they'll do all that madness and I ain't got time for none of that. But if you ain't seen the video, click the link that's pinned at the top of the comment section. I got both angles from the front and the back so that you can see how it all went down. Click the link that's pinned at the top of this comment section. Go over there, get your membership, check that video out, and check out other content that I got over there. Now, if you got a weak stomach and a weak heart and you don't like seeing people get killed and stuff, don't go over there because that's not for you. But in this situation right here, that was unjustified. And then the cold-blooded part about the whole thing is that the ICE, the head guy of Homeland Security in Minneapolis right now, he said that the man approached them with a firearm.
During this operation, an individual approached U.S. Border Patrol agents with a 9mm semi-automatic handgun. The agents attempted to disarm the individual, but he violently resisted. Fearing for his life and the lives and safety of fellow officers, a Border Patrol agent fired defensive shots. Medics on the scene immediately delivered medical aid to the subject, but the subject was pronounced dead at the scene.
This is Alex, y'all. I want y'all to pay close attention to him. Look at his hands, right? You see something in his hands, but I have a video of the whole entire approach. So check it out.
Things got buried. Yeah, unroll your windows. No, you're just spraying inside. Alright, let's go around.
Now, as y'all can see in that video, Alex is doing nothing but recording. he is not being aggressive or anything. It's the ICE agent that is pushing him. Now, on another video that I have on my other channel over there, you will see that the ICE agent will start macing him. And Alex will still be just sitting there like, trying to block the mace and got his hands up. But he is not doing nothing violent towards the ICE agent. Now, here is another picture. As you can see, that is his phone. He is recording. That is not a gun. Listen, people are not that dumb. Come on. You don't approach law enforcement with a firearm, especially after what we just witnessed when they killed that woman. You see what I'm saying? Anybody in their right mind know, like, nah, we ain't gonna run up on them with no guns. But that's what the head of ICE said. He ran up on them with a gun. Lies. Then he sits up here and say, just because this man had a gun, a legal gun that he is permitted to carry, a legal gun, and he had 2 magazines with him. Legally. This is not illegal. This is legally. He had his gun and he had 2 magazines with him. And the head of the Homeland Security said that appears to be a threat because in his mind, this guy right here wanted to cause. Matter of fact, I'm going to let him tell y'all. Check it out.
Good afternoon. Thank you all for being here today. I'm Gregory Bovino, and I have the privilege and honor of leading United States Border Patrol and Customs and Border Protection here in Minneapolis. Some of those brave men and women of Border Patrol and Department of Homeland Security law enforcement join me here today to show support for all federal law enforcement who have been under constant attack in Minneapolis for weeks now. This morning was no different. At 9:05 a.m. Central Standard Time, as DHS law enforcement officers were conducting a targeted operation in Minneapolis against an illegal alien, Jose Huerta Chuma. You can see this illegal alien on the screen to my left and right. That is Jose Huerta Chuma, whose criminal history includes domestic assault to intentionally inflict bodily harm, disorderly conduct, and driving without a valid license. During this operation, an individual approached U.S. Border Patrol agents with a 9mm semi-automatic handgun. The agents attempted to disarm the individual, but he violently resisted. Fearing for his life and the lives and safety of fellow officers, a Border Patrol agent fired defensive shots. Medics on the scene immediately delivered medical aid to the subject, but the subject was pronounced dead at the scene. The suspect also had 2 loaded magazines and no accessible ID. This looks like a situation where an individual wanted to do maximum damage and massacre law enforcement. Then, about 200 rioters arrived at the scene and began to obstruct and assault law enforcement. Crowd control measures have been deployed for the safety of the public and law enforcement. This situation is evolving and more information is forthcoming. The officer was highly trained and had been serving as a Border Patrol agent for 8 years. The officer has extensive training as a range safety officer and less lethal officer. As mentioned, this is only the latest attack on law enforcement. Across the country, the men and women of DHS have been attacked, shot at, doxxed, had their family members threatened. And, as we have seen, more than 100 vehicle rammings over the past year against federal law enforcement. We will not allow violence against our law enforcement officers, and we need state and local help. State and local law enforcement to help us coordinate to get violent criminals off the streets. Mayor Fry and Chief O'Hara just a few minutes ago did the opposite of that by omitting the fact that the suspect had a gun and magazines full of ammunition. In what looks like a situation, again, where an individual wanted to do maximum damage and massacre law enforcement. I want to reiterate what President Donald Trump, Secretary Kristi Noem, myself, Director Marcos Charles, and so many others have said time and again. If you obstruct a law enforcement officer or assault a law enforcement officer, you are in violation of the law and will be arrested. Our law enforcement officers take an oath to protect the public. We go to work every day to protect our friends, our neighbors, and our fellow citizens. The fact of the matter is that the law does not enforce itself. It takes men and women who are willing to risk their lives to enforce it. The men and women of CBP and ICE, law enforcement, are highly trained professionals who love this country and do this work because they want to leave their kids and their grandkids a country that's safe and secure. Questions? Allie, this situation again is evolving. This situation is under investigation. Those facts will come to light. This particular incident is being investigated just like we investigate other similar incidents like we've done over the past several years. It's in the hands of professionals. Those facts will come to light.
All right, going on to the next question.
Again, this situation's evolving. This is under investigation. Those facts will come to light, but let's take a look at the gun. You can see the gun here on the screen there that individual possessed. It appears to be a semi-automatic, high-capacity type, possibly a Sig Sauer 9mm.
All right, no more questions. Sorry, no more questions, sir.
Commander, the videos that are publicly available directly contradict the speculation that you are putting out there at the moment. What comment do you have? Commander, there is no video supporting the way that you are addressing this issue.
I'm talking about, man, you talking about liars and manipulators? Come on. If that man wanted to demonstrate that measure that he's talking about, he wouldn't have been coming towards them with a goddamn phone in his hand. He'd have been ready to go. You'd have heard gunfire coming from him, not them. You'd have heard gunfire initially coming from him, and that didn't happen. That did not happen. Not one time that this man grabbed for his gun and aimed it at them guys. Not one time. Not once. And they shot and killed him just because he had a legal firearm. And, you know, the cold-blooded part about all of this is that this man right here is an American citizen. He's not even an illegal immigrant. He's an American citizen. This is the second American citizen that they done killed in Minneapolis. Cold-blooded demonstration. Now, allow me to say this right here, right? Because I know there are going to be a lot of people that would say, hey, you know, let ICE do their job, right? And I understand that part right there. And according to what I seen with my own two eyes, he was allowing ICE to do their job. he has a right to observe ICE doing their job. He did not intervene. He did not try to stop them for trying to arrest anyone or anything like that. He's simply just sitting there recording. That's it. He got his phone out. He's recording everything that's happening. He has a right to do that. He has a right to have a legal firearm concealed with 2 magazines. And still, he lost his life. Listen. Man, it's almost like as if, being careful is not enough. You see, doing everything the right way, doing everything that the law requires of you is not enough when it comes to these people. Because they shooting first and asking questions later. That's what they doing. And I'm telling y'all, when y'all see this video, how they shot that man while he was already down, like gangster style. They stood over him. Boom, 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 boom. The man already down. The man ain't even got his gun in his hand. And they shot the man down. Come on now. Look. People are going to protest. Minneapolis don't like what ICE is doing. And look, with this right here, I don't know. This might be one of them ones right here. This might be the one that just make everybody go crazy. Because this the second American citizen that y'all done killed. For nothing. For nothing. And for those of you who say, well, all he had to do was just, abide by the law and all that, he did that. And what I want everybody to do is this right here. I know some people are having some type of sympathy for what's going on, but I want you to empathize, right? And what I mean by empathize is I want you to put yourself in the situation, not as the guy that lost his life, but as his family member, as his father, his mother, his sister, his brother, children, friends, his loved ones, cousins, grandparents. And they do your loved one like that. You see, it feels different then. It feels a lot different then, because then you understand the injustice that is going on. You got to put yourself in it to understand it. Look, that man ain't deserve to die like that. He wasn't supposed to die like that. Just because these guys are scared because he got a gun that he can legally have, he deserves to die? Hell no. Come on, y'all. Come on now. And look, being 100, like, these guys that are doing this stuff now in Minneapolis, these ICE agents that's doing all this madness in Minneapolis right now, y'all, they acting like gangsters. Y'all got to be here to know what I'm talking about. This is local news for us up here in Minnesota. These guys is acting like gangsters, y'all. They rolling up, jumping out, snatching people, body slamming people, beating people, pistol whooping people. I'm talking about hitting people right dead in the face with those mace balls and pepper spray and all that. Y'all, they don't act like legal servants. They don't act like that. And the cold-blooded part about it, that the way that they acting towards people, like they are the aggressors. Just like in this situation, y'all seen him pushing this man and all that old type of stuff? Did y'all once see him push them back? Did he raise his hand and push them back? No, he didn't. He just kept recording and talking while they pushing him. And even when they push him to the ground, you can see his hands like this. And they get to beating on him and everything like that. Then they push him down and he just sitting there like, man. And then they killed him. And that's pathetic. In my last video concerning something like this, I said, I requested that, if you're going to protest, do it peacefully. But it seemed like that ain't even working. Doing it the right way ain't even working. Because these guys right here is just killing because they got a license to kill. And the only thing that people can do up here in Minnesota, especially in Minneapolis, is just be careful. That's it. That's the only thing that you can do. I'm not finna tell people, hey man, you need to go in the house, man. Y'all need to be cool, be scared, don't do this, don't do that. Nah. And the reason why I'm not is because I empathize with people. If somebody in my family was done the way that they just did this man, if somebody in my family that was done the way that they did that woman, I would want the support of the community behind me. I would want people to be out there, saying that, hey, look, this is wrong. Because the way that these guys is doing stuff, they even told the Minneapolis police, our law enforcement up here in Minnesota, after they killed that man, you know what they told the Minneapolis police? Y'all can leave the scene, go ahead and go. We got this. And the chief of police said, nah, y'all don't go nowhere. Y'all stay right there and secure the scene. You see what I'm saying? Then he called the BCA and said, no, y'all get over there and secure the scene. They done killed somebody again, and they gonna tell all the Minneapolis law enforcement, y'all go ahead on, we got it. And they said, hell no, we ain't leaving. You see? So that just tells me that what they are doing is so crooked that they don't want Minneapolis nowhere involved at all. Because they're dealing on a federal level. And they just want to get things and sweep it up under the rug and act like it ain't never even happened. But the cold-blooded part about all this is this right here, y'all. If they are doing this to white people, man, and look, I got to bring the race in there. I got to. Because they've been doing us like this forever. We used to this type of stuff. Look, come on. They've been killing black people illegally. I'm talking about it's just at alarming rates. They've been doing us like this forever, right? But now they even doing it to their own people. That's how I know we're in a different era in time. Usually white people can get away with talking crazy to the police and federal agents and stuff, and they'll be like, hey man, just come on, just go home, walk it off and all that. But now, man, they killing white people too. So listen, man, I don't even know what to say in this demonstration because it's crazy. It's like, damn, the way they gunned that man down. All I can tell y'all, for all the hood educated residents that are here in Minnesota, especially in the Minneapolis area, on the south side, north side, Brooklyn Park, Brooklyn Center, St. Paul, east side, west side, man, be careful. Because the people that they are killing are not illegal immigrants. The people that they are killing and shooting are American citizens. This is hood educated, not lame related. Peace and love, and y'all take care of yourself out there. If I said anything that caused you to think, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed already. And if you're feeling generous, please make a small donation to the channel. Peace and love.